All right, welcome. This is the second episode of FreeHab, and we are at a pretty cool facility called 8711. And with me in this episode is Mr. Jeremy Marinas. How you doing?
Hi.
So he's a tricker, stuntman, stunt coordinator, and was just doing these fight coordinating for Agents of Shield. So pretty awesome, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for healing me.
Well, gotta do what I can. And so today we're gonna go over, I believe, is a big issue for you. That's the ankles.
Biggest
Yeah.
issue.
And I know for the free running, tricking, parkour community, I know it's a big issue for you guys as well. So we're gonna go over some exercises, some rehab tips. So you get an ankle injury, kind of giving you some things to do so you can get a little bit better, a little faster. All right. So first thing, you got hurt, twisted your ankle, swells up. Yeah, exactly. All right. You go see a doctor. Doctor tells you it's hurt. What do? First couple days, you're gonna want to ice it. 20 minutes on, hour off. Do that at least a few times a day. Stay off of it. After that, though, you're gonna want to start walking on it. Okay, one of the worst things you can do, and this is one of the worst things I think a lot of athletes do in general, is they just rest. They say, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm just gonna let it heal, and they stay off of it. Well, that actually hurts the healing process, okay? We actually want you to start doing some stuff right away. So we're gonna have some weight on it, start walking on it, and from there, you're gonna wanna start stretching it. Okay, so it's one of the first things we're gonna go over is stretching, flexibility, and we're gonna go over some stretches. So of course, some of the basic stretches you can do is of course right next to a wall, holding yourself up. So pretend there's a wall here. You basically are gonna just hold yourself up, work on that. And then you can also go ahead and work on stretching this way as well. You can use a book, you can use any kind of slant, little things like that will help along the way. Now, the next thing we're gonna actually go over, if you have a friend as far as stretching goes, it can be quite helpful. No, it's not a huge deal. But Jeremy, what I have to ask you to do is go ahead and just lay down for me. You're gonna lay on down. Perfect. So the biggest thing you're gonna want to address right away is ankle mobility, okay? When you first get hurt, it's pretty stiff, so you're gonna wanna start moving around as soon as possible. So even doing little things, I'm gonna have you lift up here, and even doing things, just go ahead and you're gonna start pumping. Just pump, okay? Huge, right off the bat. Okay, there's a lot of swelling going on in here. You can tell, if you notice, I'm elevated. And this is actually gonna help a little bit of the edema going out, as well as getting some fresh blood in there. Okay, that's gonna encourage the healing process right away. Okay, now, if you have a friend, basically what we're gonna have them do is go ahead and relax. You're gonna go ahead, you're gonna kind of push against the ankle as so, okay? Now, initially it's gonna be very painful, and it's gonna suck, but you gotta do it, okay? Some of these tissues need to be stressed, and in order to get that range of motion back, all right? And you're gonna do it actually for both sides. So this is probably gonna be the one that sucks the most, but you can actually even go down right here. This one can also be painful. Now keep in mind, this is after a few days of recovery, okay? So the tissue's already relatively started healing, so should feel uncomfortable, not painful, all right? So ideally, you're gonna wanna hold this for about between 1 minute to 2 minutes, okay? And then as soon as you're done, go ahead, you're gonna start doing the pumps again, perfect, okay? So little things like that, the first week or so, this needs to be happening, all right? Perfect. As far as pumps go, once again, you're gonna continue to do this for about 1 minute, 2 minutes, great, and then just go ahead and stop, and then the cycle continues from there. All right, so healing is starting to get good, you're walking on it, things are starting to get a little bit normal again. So now we start to progress, all right? So we start to go into exercises, okay? So, what I have Jeremy do here is go ahead and set on up. Perfect. Okay, you're gonna hold on to this band. So there's 4 different exercises that I wanna have you do. We're gonna walk all different types of angles and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and come here. Now, ideally, you want to use a TheraBand, but any form of resistance is good. And go ahead, you're going to put that there. And all you're going to do, Jeremy, is you're going to go ahead and all the way down and all the way up. Perfect. Just like that. Great. Great. Go ahead and stop. So that is the first exercise, the most important, basic, all that stuff. Okay? And what you want to focus on is full range of motion the entire time. You want to go all the way down, you want to come all the way back up, get a good stretch, and whatnot, and so forth. As far as how many you should be doing, you're going to be doing at least 20, 25, 2 to 3 sets. So you're always making sure you get enough in. Next exercise we're going to do, and this one you can actually tie it to a bedpost, leg on the table, anything like that. It's going to be on the side. Okay, so right here. Now, as you pull, you should actually bring the foot out just like that. Perfect. You can go ahead and go. And that's it. Okay, you're just bringing the foot out and in. Out and in. There we go. Great. Same deal. Perfect. And all the way through. Full range of motion. Great. And go ahead and stop. And then, of course, outside. So go ahead and go. There we go. Great. Okay, just like that. Just want to make sure you're going all the way through. And then go ahead and stop. And then, of course, last little bit here. Just like that. Perfect. Great. Okay. So the big thing is, Jeremy's kind of doing it right now. He's moving a little bit of his knee. So ideally, when you're doing these exercises, you actually want to keep your knee as straight as possible. The knee's going to want to kick in automatically. It does that. Try to keep everything to the ankle though. Alright? So once you start doing these exercises, you can also include calf raises. You know, that helps quite a bit. And more importantly, you can actually start moving it just up and down. That will all help with range of motion, get the ankle a little bit stronger as well. Now the last phase of the healing process is balance. Okay, so now the ankle's starting to get a little stronger. Things are looking pretty good. Pain at this point should be pretty low. So now we're going to start doing some balance work on it, which is very important. So luckily here, we have a little bats board, which is great. So go ahead and have you get on up now. And so you're going to put your foot on there. And the initial challenge is to not just balance on the board, even just going forward, backwards, side to side, work the different ranges of motion is all critical. So let's go ahead, you're going to go back and forth, yep. Side to side, perfect. And then when you start getting good, this starts to feel good, go ahead, you're going to try to stand on it now. There we go. And just go forward now. There we go. And then back, perfect. Okay, so now we actually have some weight. We're moving in different directions, and this will help a lot with balance, proprioception, all that good stuff. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we're going to have you do, so balance is getting pretty good, we're getting a little stronger, is a single leg touch squat. Okay, so basically we come here, here, sideways, and back. Okay? Sweet. Yeah. Boom. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so you're going as low as you can. There we go. You don't have to go that low. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And so the idea with this is control. Okay, you want to be able to come forward. You're touching. Great. Keep the heel down the ground. There we go. Try to keep your chest up. Nice and controlled. There we go. Perfect. Good. Now you might want to start, let's go ahead and relax. You might want to start off by doing 30 total if you can, but even if that's too much, even doing 5 each side will be fine, so even doing 15, that's okay. Get at least a couple sets in, and so forth, and that should take care of that. Now the last little bit is impact, right? So basically now, ankle's doing pretty good, stronger, balancing on a little bit better, so starting to get the impact back, that can be pretty much a challenge. So what I want to have Jeremy do is very basic. All I want to have you do is just little hops. So go ahead. Perfect. Perfect. So just like that. Now this should be relatively pain-free, you know, maybe uncomfortable. But you're going to do this for about a minute straight. Okay, so you're just going to go up and down, perfect. So go ahead and have you relax. You can also use a jump rope, or or anything such as you can even have you go ahead and move side to side. So just jump side to side. Exactly. Get a little dynamic exercise going on here. Perfect. Okay. And then from here we can go into high impact stuff. All right. So the biggest thing will be landing, obviously. That's what usually leads to a lot of these injuries. So even doing something off of the jump box here. just gonna jump on down. Perfect. And being able to take that impact and how painful it is and how it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that painful though at this point. So you start off with the floor, you can work your way up to a bar or anything even more progressive from there or more technical. But obviously the higher you go, the more dangerous it gets. So you just gotta make sure you progress appropriately. Otherwise, that's it. So the whole process, depending upon the ankle injury itself, should take about roughly 4 to 6 weeks. But you do these exercises, you do these things, you should be in pretty good shape. Otherwise, Jeremy, my man, thank you so much for helping me out. Yeah, thank you. That concludes episode 2 of the ankle episode. So it's FreeHab for you. There you go. And please like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it.